The overall goal of the following experiment is to use magnetic resonance imaging as a powerful tool to evaluate mixing in process equipment. This is achieved by combining two liquid streams in a split and recombined static mixer. MR images are obtained by selecting an appropriate imaging protocol. These images allow characterization of the mixer's performance. Results are obtained for an application relevant to personal care products, but the procedure can be applied to a broad range of food, chemical, biomass, and biological fluids.
The main advantage of using magnetic resonance imaging over other techniques such as video is that opaque materials can be visualized. Additionally, the information is quantitative in component concentrations and the degree of mixing can be calculated.
Visualizing mixing using MRI can be helpful for validating computational fluid dynamics simulations in manufacturing processes by detailed comparisons of spatially measured concentration distributions to calculated concentration distributions.
The SAR mixer is composed of a number of different plates laid into a PVC pipe. Each laser cut plate is composed of PMMA and cut 1.59 millimeters thick. Each plate has a rectangular key that aligns it along an acrylic rod in a PVC pipe. The plastic may be clear or opaque. The plates have various designs which have openings through which fluids can flow. The plates are laid into the pipe in a repeating pattern that results in tunnels that mix the two fluids that pass through the pipe. Plate S is used to stream the two fluids that enter the repeating motif. One fluid stream is at the center and the fluid streams above and below. They are at a relative flow rate of 10 to 1. Next, the fluids meet in an open channel which is made by 8 Type C plates. The fluids are then physically separated into 2 vertical channels by 8 plates of plate I. The next section is composed of 16 unique plates, which turn each fluid stream is twisted 90 degrees counterclockwise. The fluid then flows through 8 plates that split the fluids into 2 horizontal channels. The repeating motif finishes with 8 open channel plates. Overall, the motif is repeated 6 times through the PVC pipe. Assemble a flow system to pump carbopole solution through the inline split and recombined static mixer. Begin by positioning the mixer in the magnet. The magnet is part of a single Tesla permanent magnet-based imaging spectrometer with a peak gradient strength of 0.3 Tesla per meter and a nearly cubical enclosure. Be able to control and record the mass flow rate of the test fluids. In addition, incorporate a pressure transducer upstream of the mixer to monitor pressure. A radio frequency coil made of a solenoid with 4 turns encases a cylindrical volume and closely fits the PVC pipe. Lastly, 2 distinct solutions are connected to the intakes. In this demonstration, the solutions will be carbopole with or without manganese chloride. Prepare the carbopole solution by slowly sifting a weighted amount of polymer into deionized water in a stirred tank. Neutralize the carbopole solution with a 50% sodium hydroxide solution to pH 7. The neutralization allows the solution to achieve its maximum viscosity as the polymer swells in water to form a gel. Prepare a second doped carbopole solution that contains the MR contrast agent manganese chloride. To characterize the flow behavior, or rheology, use a standard Couette geometry at a fluid temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. To measure shear viscosity, use a steady-state shear stress sweep from 0.1 to 500 Pascal in logarithmic mode with 10 points per decade and 5% tolerance. Then, measure the strain over a frequency sweep from 628 to 0.63 rad per second in logarithmic mode with 10 points per decade.
When selecting imaging parameters, we need to consider the total signal-to-noise in the image, as well as the contrast and signal intensity between the doped region and the undoped region. In this case, we've chosen a gradient echo sequence, and we've chosen concentrations of the dopant to give us a linear dependence of signal intensity on concentration.
The MR sequence does not include flow compensation, so to avoid motion artifacts, the imaging is performed on quiescent liquid. Imaging time is on the order of 1 to 4 minutes. Reposition the mixer to image the volumes at different axial locations. Slide the mixer tube axially through the magnet until the desired volume is at the center of the NMR coil in the center of the magnet. Then repeat the imaging process. Finally, analyze the MR data with image analysis procedures to document the spatial distribution of component concentrations. In this work, the rheological properties of the two solutions were indistinguishable. The solution's viscoelastic properties had the characteristic of a gel system, with storage greater than loss modulus and loss being fairly constant. The slope of a loss over storage increased at higher frequency, and the corresponding phase lag followed the same trend. To evaluate the relative contribution of viscous forces to inertial forces during flow, Reynolds numbers were calculated as the average flow through the plates. These values, which are much less than 1.0, indicate that viscous forces dominated the inertial forces, thus mixing was by laminar stretching and shearing rather than turbulence. To illustrate the power of flow visualization using MRI, the following results are selected images at different axial locations. The SAR mixer effectively and uniformly splits flows as illustrated in the images of the H plates downstream from the first, second, and third mixing sections. The number of doped fluid stripes doubled through each mixing section. Changing the image value thresholds shows the stripes of doped fluid increasing with each pass through the motif. A sequence of images through the 90-degree counterclockwise turn in the mixer shows how the vertical streams become horizontal streams in the mixing process. Through the whole tunnel, the two fluid streams are doubled many times.
When attempting to make these measurements, it's important to remember that the measurement time should be very short compared to the time for molecular diffusion to impact component concentration distributions.
These experimental measurements of mixing are especially useful for testing the impact of constitutive models of fluid rheology used in computational fluid dynamics simulations of mixing in a split and recombined mixer.
After watching this video, you should have a good understanding of how to use magnetic resonance imaging to study concentration distributions in a static mixer.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a massive, hidden challenge in industrial fluid mechanics.
Ever wonder how massive factories actually manage to mix incredibly thick viscous liquids together? Well, mastering this thick fluid mixing is exactly how your everyday personal care products, like lotions, are made. The ultimate hurdle here is forcing these really stubborn components into a perfectly uniform, homogeneous blend. To pull this off without any moving parts, engineers actually rely on the inline static mixer. Check out this specific internal geometry. It's called the Innovative Split and Recombine, or SAR, design.
Researchers built a prototype using laser-cut PMMA plates inside a PVC pipe to test non-Newtonian fluids.
A red tracer dye gets injected, geometrically split, duplicated, and then perfectly dispersed uniformly throughout.
It's brilliant. This geometry leverages both shear and extensional flow to dramatically maximize that interfacial contact.
But here's the huge engineering blind spot. How do you actually verify what's happening inside opaque pipes? The completely unexpected answer? We use a hospital staple, magnetic resonance imaging, or MRI.
MRI probes tiny micron-level structures by detecting mobile hydrogen atoms hidden right inside the fluid.
We've finally upgraded from restrictive lab MRIs to large-volume magnets built specifically for industrial environments.
This massive leap means we aren't just looking at static fluids anymore. We're imaging active flows.
It dynamically maps spatially resolved component concentrations at exact locations, right as the fluid moves.
Ultimately, this gives us real-time, documented proof of distributive mixing happening in highly viscous fluids.
So, what other invisible manufacturing mysteries do you think industrial MRI could absolutely optimize next?